How is everybody there today or this evening or whatever time it is? Well, I hope everybody's having a wonderful day, and I'm glad that you're here. And I have a few very interesting points that I'm going to be making tonight. And it concerns basically just the beginning of your channel. The first is naming your channel. Now, there are different ways you can look at it. You could look at it like you want to use your own name, or you could look at it like you want to use a well-known catchy phrase or something that's going to be remembered. And you can also look at it like you just want to put everything all under a brand name. From my research and my understanding, I have noticed that a lot of the channels that are being remembered and being sought after are the channels that have a catchy name. Because I started out with interactive views, and now I call myself the DIY affiliate. It sort of evolved into that. And what you'll find is when you first start building your channel, different things will come up that you'll feel that you may want to change the name of your channel in order for it to be more memorable. And that is my first point. My second point is going into the actual customizing of your channel and giving your channel at least 5 key words that represents your channel. And they do put a limit on it, so you have to pick out the 5 best ones. For instance, if your channel is about plants, then of course you're going to want to put plants, but that's a little generic. So you're probably, if you're doing a channel on different types of plants, you would put probably the name of the plant, what you were doing on your channel, and what you feel people are going to be keying in for the keywords so that your channel is more easily found. The third point that I'm making is when you do your channel art, are you putting your links in? And there's a section where people could easily miss it, but there is a section where you can actually put at least up to 5 different social media links in it. And if you go to my channel and you look at the channel art, you will see that there's at least 5 links inside the channel art. And that's where people can go, that they'll also find you on the internet. And it's also a way of getting organic traffic. Now, I did do a tutorial on doing the channel art. I know that it is a little bit complicated when you first start because they're asking you for such a large piece of art when they're only utilizing a very small part, which is basically in the center. But I did do a tutorial on that, in which I am going to put at the bottom of this recording. And in the beginning, I know that the one thing that you really want to do is to start getting some videos up and some content up. But these things are very important when you begin your channel, is to find out what is going to be the best name for your channel. And like I say, to make it something that's easy for people to remember, so they keep it up to date in their mind. And also they'll want to put it on their playlist as well. And it's a lot easier for people to put channels that have catchy titles on their playlist, because what they're doing is they're trying to attract people to come to their channel. So they want to have something that people remember more, and that's a little bit more catchy. Okay. So that's one thing definitely to be thinking about, as when you're creating your channel. And just getting back into the creation of the channel, the one thing that I recommend to do is to create a whole new Google account. And I know that things are changing with Google, but it still gives you the most exposure, and it will give you the most organic, where you will find anywhere else. So if you just create, like for instance, I created another channel and I called it Pinterest. It was about Pinterest marketing, and I wanted it to be all about Pinterest. So I gave it a name that people would remember. And I made the Gmail in the actually the same as the channel. So it's something to remember, sort of like I believe it's Pinterest marketing at gmail.com. Pinterest marketing tips, like at pinterest.marketing.tips at gmail.com. So it just gives people something to remember. And when you create the new Gmail, you then open up a whole new Google account. And that is going to give you your YouTube. It's going to give you your Blogger. It's also going to give you your Gmail, of course. And it's also going to give you access to any other tools as well. So in the beginning, my recommendation is to definitely open up a new Gmail account with the Gmail representing your channel. So that way it'll be easier for people to actually remember your channel, and to remember your name, and to remember your account. Because when something is done in repetition, it eventually imprints itself on a person's brain, and they remember it more. Like for instance, if I was to sit here and say, it is recommended to get a Gmail account, and then I said it again, it is recommended to get a Gmail account. And then even if you didn't hear it in the first sentence that I said, you did hear it in the second. And then when I say it 3 times, and I say it's recommended to get a new Gmail account, then it's going to kind of resonate and stay there. So that's the difference in actually looking at your short-term and long-term memory. And this has a lot to do with, I guess, the psychology behind what you are going to name your channel, because it is very important. The name of your channel is everything. And then if you decide that you want to do branding, For instance, I call myself the DIY affiliate, and that's my branding. That's what I go by, and that's on everything. In the beginning, it used to be interactive views because that was my beginning thought of what I wanted for my channel. But it evolved into the DIY affiliate, and now that's mine. Everybody pretty much who has heard about me, who has gone through some of my tutorials or even some of the playlists, are going to see, instead of R. Hayes or Rochelle Hayes, they're going to see the DIY affiliate, and that's a lot easier to remember. Okay, so now getting past the point of actually creating from the beginning the Gmail account, then creating your YouTube channel, and making sure that your name of your channel corresponds and represents the Gmail that you created. So everything flows together. And also keywords, the keywords that you're using, it's really important. Okay, so those are some main ideas when you first create your channel. And when it comes to the channel art, I have two places that I use. One is canva.com, which is a free place where they have a number of different social media sizes and different pictures and shapes and illustrations and everything that you can use to put together to either do your thumbnails or do your channel art banners, or whether you're working with Facebook or Twitter. They have a lot of different sizes and different elements that you can choose from. And the other one that I use is Paint. And Paint is located in your Windows accessories. And you just click into your Windows accessories, and you could see that you have a number of different little programs that are there, and you will find Paint. And Paint is a very easy program to use. So you can also use that if you wanted to do your own channel art. However, they do give you a choice. They do have something, I think it's called a gallery. That's where they have a number of different banners that you can choose from. There is also places on the internet where you can get free channel banners. And I'm going to look up the one that I saw and put that at the bottom of this video as a link for you to do to get the free channel art. And I believe that you have a choice of 50 different ones, and they're perfect for your YouTube channel. All of this is, you may think that this is going to be done very quickly and that it's not important. It is important. It's very important. And through trial and error, I found that out. So now getting through the creation of your actual YouTube channel, you're going to run into something that is the that is a creation of the Google Plus account. And the Google Plus account, right, is your Google Plus. Now, apparently, I'm not sure whether they say that it's going to be going away, but don't quote me on that because I'm not quite sure. whether that's true or not. But the Google Plus is going to give people an idea of who you are. So you want to take your time and you want to go through there and you want to answer all of the questions. And this is necessary, because if you don't, and people go to the Google Plus account, and I know that I have been also guilty of this, where I didn't put the proper information in and people went to the Google Plus account and they really didn't find any information about me. So I am working on putting more information in my social medias. This is all learned through trial and error. So what I'm telling you are things that are very helpful and can be very helpful to you. There is some areas of my social media that's not what you call search engine optimized, or it's not optimized for people to find things easier, and it should be. Okay, so now the next thing, I guess, would be to decide on what type of content that you're going to put up on your channel. It will be the type of content that your channel represents. So whatever your Gmail account is, like your Gmail email is going to be what represents what's going up on your channel. Okay? So for instance, I did the Pinterest marketing tips, and my Gmail was Pinterest marketing tips at gmail.com, right? So what am I going to have on my channel, right? So you do have to think about that before you even decide that you want to do a new Gmail account, because it will be easier if you actually take out something to write with and start writing down in a draft form your business plan. Now, I know that sounds boring and it may be a little tedious, but if you want to build your channel on a solid foundation and not go through all of the potholes and the bumps and everything that most people are going to go through learning from trial and error, the best thing to do is actually to draw out a plan. And I know I really should have said this in the beginning, but I was debating on whether to actually say that or not, because a lot of people don't realize that having a solid plan in front of you and looking at it and having it in sort of like little bite sizes and knowing the direction that you're going into, rather than saying, okay, well, I'm going to build this channel and I'm going to name it this, but I haven't done any research, so I don't know how well this name is going to be. And then, oh, well, what email or Gmail am I going to use, because I haven't decided on what Gmail I want yet. So if you do it all at once, and this is what I say right now, get out a pad and a pen or piece of paper or anything that you wanna write on, whatever you write on, and take down these main points. And I'm not going to go fast, okay? Number 1, create your Gmail account. Create a new Gmail account. Before you create your account, and you can create as many Gmail accounts as you want, There's no limit to the Gmail accounts you can create. The only limit is there's only so many that you can actually switch to when you're on one browser. Okay? So in creating your Gmail account, you're going to do a little research into what are you going to be offering people on your channel. Because if you're putting up a channel just to sell something, and unless you have an actual list of people, which is called a hot list, right? Where you have about maybe hundreds, maybe thousands of people that you have on this list, and they are active consumers and they are active buyers, then I'd say, great, put up your channel. And if you're the whole point of putting up your channel is to create a funnel to put your products through, and you've got a good reputation, you've got some clientele and all that, that's great, because you're gonna be able to do it, But for the average person who is just starting out and they don't really have a lot of experience in having a YouTube channel, then it's not going to work that way. So that's why I'm saying that it's really important that you take down the notes. And like I say, it's through trial and error that I found this information out. Okay, so number one is create your Gmail account, do a little research, find out what is going to be the best name that you're going to have for your Gmail account, and also see for yourself what the availability is, like not just for the name, but do some Google searches and do some YouTube searches and see who is out there and what's what they're doing and what's happening. And if you're going in that direction, then they must be doing something right. Because if you look at their videos, and they have a lot of subscribers, although sometimes a lot of subscribers doesn't mean that the channel is actually doing really, really well, because you could still have a lot of subscribers and not have your 4,000 watch hours, and then get depressed because people are coming to your channel, they're liking what they see, they're subscribing, but they're not staying on your channel. So actually the subscriber count is good, but sometimes it's not, because you don't know what the watch time is, right? And you can always tell a channel how it's doing too with how many ads are on it, because I believe that's part of the YouTube partner program is putting ads on the videos, right? So getting back to what I was saying is if you see something that is working, then do some research and look into it and see, why is it working? And if that's a type of a channel that you want to model after. And eventually what's going to happen is you are going to become that channel's competition. And that's okay, because you have to be in competition. You have to be where the competition is in order to be seen. So that would be the first point, is to make sure that you have got some ideas, and even if you do them in draft form, just write them down so that you've got something solid that you're looking at, and that before you even decide on what your YouTube channel is going to be. And if you have a YouTube channel right now and it's not working, and you're not getting the subscribers, or you're having trouble getting the watch time, and you feel that working on this channel is getting you a little down, then create a new channel. And that's where a brand account comes in as well. So if a channel isn't working for you, and you feel you don't want to work on it, you feel a little depressed or whatever, create a new channel. Okay? And you can. And I have a number of channels that I've created. And I also have channels that I'm not working on as well. And I have a channel that's up, and it has been up since 6 years ago. And that's when I really wasn't doing a lot of research and seriously looking into actually building a channel. However, I just decided that I was going to go on YouTube. But this is a different story. This is different. So if your channel isn't working for you, and you're feeling negative about it, and you have these this negative energy going on, create a new channel. Create a new beginning. Okay? Now, since you have your paper in front of you, and you have your pen or pencil or whatever, and the first thing that you wrote down is create a Gmail account. Okay? Now, just in brackets underneath it, just put do research. Okay? Do Google search. Do YouTube search. See what is out there and what your competition is and what they are doing. And then if you want to model after them. Okay? Then after your Gmail is created, what will happen is of course you will use your old Gmail to be able to open your new Gmail. And then once the new Gmail is opened, it opens all of the apps that Google has to offer, which includes the Google Docs, and I'm not going to say Google Plus because I'm not sure if that's actually going to be how much longer that's going to be around for, but the Blogger, and it offers some others. And I'm just going to pull something up for a second and have a look here on the actual. Okay, I don't want to leave, but okay, I'm still here. I am just looking at something here. I'm just going into the Google. It's called the iGoogle portal. Okay. Now, it's just opening up right now. And it's actually opening up right in front of the camera. So I don't really have to look at myself anymore. Okay, so now the iGoogle portal, it's just opening up. You'll see a thing that says, please wait, we are loading the gadgets. Okay, and it is going to give you oops. There we go. It's just doing everything here. Okay, it's going to give you a calendar. Okay. And in this calendar, utilize this calendar and write in it every single day. Okay, so today is the 2nd. It can go by the month, it can go by the week, or you can also change the dates. There's different things that you do with this calendar. You can, there's a little part down at the left. It says create an event. You can create your event down there. Okay. And I just clicked into that because I wanted to refresh my memory on what I'm telling you. So utilize this calendar. Okay. This is specifically put here for you to use. Okay. And going through here, some of the actual apps or the different programs and apps. Okay. Now, I'm not sure about the Google Plus, and I've told you about the calendar. You can also get into your Gmail, and of course your YouTube. Okay. And of course, when you click into the YouTube, and I know this is what you're very much more interested in, but this is a whole package. This is putting everything all together. And in order to create a solid foundation for your YouTube channel, then it's good to know all of these other places. Well, they're called links, actually. All of these other links where you can link up to that will help your channel. Okay. You can have photos in there, your Google Photos, your Drive. You also have the Play Store where you can go and you can get all your free little apps that go in your browser that you can use, and I use a number of them. One of them I use is the vidIQ. That is also, you can get that in the Play Store. There's also Buffer. You can also get that as well. There's countless, like you could just click in there and just look for whatever that you needed. Okay. Now you can move things around in your, it's called your iGoogle portal. Okay, and you will find it where if you go into the 12 dots up in the left-hand corner of your browser, and especially if you are using Chrome, and I am using Chrome right now. Okay, so that would be creating the solid foundation in order to build your channel on. Now, I know you're probably thinking, oh, what's she talking about? She's not giving me any information about building my channel, but I am giving you information. I'm giving you the information that you need. Okay. I'm giving you honest information about how are you going to build your channel, because it's not just about, well, I need to get these views, or I need to get these subscriptions, or I need to get the watch time. And yes, these are important, but building the channel on a solid foundation is more important first, because there are places that you can go where you can get subscriptions, and I tried them out, and they have helped me with my channel. And you just have to be careful. You have to be careful on what channels that you end up liking, what channels you subscribe to. and how it's going to affect your channel, right? But if you really want to get subscriptions, you can go to places like subpals.com. And that's SUBPALS.com. And they give you options. They try to charge you $20 for us. I believe it's 15 subscriptions every day, and you don't have to like or subscribe to any videos. And this goes on for a month. And yes, you will get subscriptions, but YouTube will take them away from you. Because YouTube looks at the subscriptions and they see whether it's a dead channel or not, which means that whether it's being kept up to date or it's not being kept up to date. And eventually what will happen is your channel is going to go up and down and up and down and up and down. So if you do go to the subpals.com to get your subscriptions, my recommendation is to do the free one. Okay, it doesn't cost you any money. The only thing that you do have to do is you have to like and subscribe to 20 channels. Okay, and my recommendation for that, and this is through trial and error too, if you are going to subscribe to these channels, pick a channel that you're going to like. Don't just pick every single channel and say, yes, I like that, and subscribe to it because you just want to do it and you want to get the subscriptions, because that's not going to work out in the long run. What you have to do is when you go into subpals.com and you go for the free one, which is self-activating, and you will be given a browser, a pop-up that comes up, and it'll say, please like and subscribe to these channels, right? And then once you like and subscribe to the channels, you cannot unsubscribe, because then they will ban you and you will not be able to participate in this. So the best thing to do is to go in and like a video that you actually like. And if you can, leave them a little message that says, I've liked and subscribed to your channel. Let's work together so we can both grow our businesses. Or use your own words, whatever way that you want to say it, but leave a little comment. Because the odds are that either these people that you are liking and subscribing to their channels have paid for it, or they're also on the other program where it's being exchanged, whereas you're liking and subscribing to channels and you're getting a number of subscriptions every single day. And yes, it works, but be careful. Okay. Now, there's about, I believe, 3 or 4 that are connected to the subpals.com. I believe there's ytp.com, there's nuker.com, and there's another one. And it's not just for the subscriptions for the YouTube. They also do Facebook and they do Instagram. But like I said, be careful on what you do. Okay. And that is a way that you can actually, yes, you'll grow your subscriptions, because you will be guaranteed these 10, 15 subscriptions every day. But if they're from a dead channel or a channel that is not within that YouTube thinks it's a good channel or viable, YouTube will take them away. So if you are doing that, then great. I hope it works out for you. But always make sure that you do leave a comment. So I'm kind of getting off topic here. Okay, so now getting back to what I was discussing in the first point that I was making was creating the solid foundation, just recapping, creating the Gmail, and then putting your information in for the Google Plus or your Google account, and then creating your YouTube channel based on what your Gmail name is after doing some research, and then doing your channel art, putting the links into your social media. Okay. And that brings me to social media. Now, you may say, well, what does social media have to do with my YouTube channel? It has a lot to do with your YouTube channel, because it's not just the YouTube channel that you're looking at. If you want to try to get organic traffic, you have to be signed up. You have to have an account. And if you have a pen and you're writing this down, I am just going to go slow and tell you the places that you need to have an account in. Okay? Number 1, Facebook. Now, Facebook, you can have your own personal Facebook, but you can make countless number of pages. Okay? Now, I know people have made the mistake of making countless number of Facebooks, in which I made the mistake of making 3, which I'm sorry for doing that, because people get confused. So only have one Facebook account, but create different pages. Okay? And you can create countless number of pages. And you can also create your own group as well. So that is the number 1 social media site. And if you look it up as a keyword, it's like 71%. So it's a really good keyword. Okay, the next place that I think is for social media is, of course, Twitter. Although Twitter is being overused. So, and then you have Pinterest. And, I think that this is enough information for tonight. I am going to be on tomorrow, and I will be talking about other things. I'll be talking about content and other things. So please like and subscribe, and have yourself a wonderful night. Bye now. Okay.